Welcome back to our channel, where we provide tips for personal growth and professional development. In today's video, we will explore the art of conflict resolution and how you can effectively communicate to resolve conflicts in a respectful manner. We all know that disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but how we handle them can make or break the bond we share. Whether it's a disagreement with a friend or family member, these strategies will help you navigate through difficult conversations with grace and understanding. So, let's get started. Tip number 1: practice active listening. The first step in resolving conflicts is active listening. It's crucial to pay full attention to the other person, showing that you genuinely care about their perspective and feelings. Avoid interrupting or formulating your response while they are speaking. Put away distractions and maintain eye contact. This creates an atmosphere of respect and openness, allowing the other person to feel heard and understood. Tip number 2: stay calm and composed. Conflict can sometimes trigger strong emotions, but staying calm and composed during a conflict is essential. Take deep breaths, and if you feel things escalating, take a short break to cool off before resuming the conversation. Reacting impulsively can lead to further misunderstandings and tensions, hindering the resolution process. Tip number 3: choose the right time and place. When a conflict arises, it's essential to pick an appropriate time and place to discuss it. Avoid addressing issues when you or your partner are already stressed or tired. Instead, wait for a calm moment where you can both focus and communicate effectively. Both parties should feel comfortable and undisturbed. A neutral and private setting will allow for more open communication without distractions. Tip number 4: use I statements. When discussing your feelings and thoughts, use I statements instead of accusatory you statements. For example, say "I feel hurt when," instead of "you always make me feel." This way, you can express your emotions without putting the other person on the defensive. You want to avoid making the other person feel as if they are being attacked. Tip number 5: avoid playing the blame game. Blaming and making accusations won't lead to a productive resolution. Instead, focus on the specific behavior or action that caused the conflict, avoiding generalizations and personal attacks. A blame-free environment fosters accountability by creating a more honest examination of the issues, thereby encouraging individuals to take responsibility for their actions. Tip number 6: find common ground. Identifying areas of agreement can be a powerful way to build a foundation for resolving the conflict. Finding common ground creates a sense of unity and can lead to potential solutions. Look for areas where both parties' interests align. Even during intense conflicts, there are often some shared goals or desires. Identifying these common interests can serve as a starting point for building a resolution. Tip number 7: be open to compromise. Conflict resolution often requires both parties to make concessions. Be open to compromise and understand that reaching a resolution that satisfies both sides may involve some give and take. It doesn't mean abandoning your principles, but rather finding a middle ground that accommodates both parties' needs. Tip number 8: avoid bringing up past issues. Stay focused on the current conflict and resist the temptation to bring up past grievances. Dredging up old issues can derail the discussion and make resolution more difficult. Dwelling on past events, mistakes, or grievances can keep the parties stuck in a cycle of blame and resentment. Bringing up the past can also reignite old emotions and escalate the conflict. A good practice is to set some ground rules and define the scope of the discussion before getting started. Don't break the rules. If the conversation starts to drift towards the past, gently bring it back to the present by reminding everyone of the agreed-upon scope of the discussion. Tip number 9: seek to understand. Empathy is key to conflict resolution. Put yourself in the other person's shoes to gain a better sense of their perspective and motivations. Try to understand the emotions and thoughts the other person is experiencing. Imagine how you would feel in their situation. Acknowledge the emotions expressed by the other person, even if you don't agree with their position. Validating feelings doesn't mean agreeing with their viewpoint, but shows that you understand and respect their emotional experience. This will foster better communication and mutual respect. Tip number 10: take responsibility. Acknowledge your role in the conflict and be willing to apologize if necessary. Offering a sincere apology demonstrates a genuine willingness to make amends. Taking responsibility for your actions shows maturity and a real desire to find a resolution. All parties involved should be willing to acknowledge mistakes and wrongdoings. Tip number 11: take breaks if needed. If emotions run high and the conversation becomes unproductive, agree to take a break. Taking a break allows individuals to step away from the immediate situation, calm down, and regain perspective before resuming the conversation. Revisit the discussion when both parties are calmer and can approach the issue more rationally. A good practice for including breaks in your discussion is to establish a specific time limit for the break to avoid indefinite postponement of the conversation. Short breaks, typically 15 to 30 minutes, are usually sufficient. Tip number 12: stay respectful. Even if you disagree, always treat the other person with respect and dignity throughout the conflict resolution process. Choose your words carefully and avoid using offensive or disrespectful language. Be mindful of how your words might be perceived by the other person. Allow each party to express their thoughts and concerns without interruption. Avoid dominating the conversation and give everyone an equal opportunity to speak. And there you have it. Effective conflict resolution is all about communication, empathy, and mutual respect. By actively listening, staying composed, and seeking common ground, you can work through conflicts in a way that strengthens relationships and promotes understanding. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.